Hashim, there was a bit of talk before this match that the Australians were going to try and get inside your head, and there were moments, particularly today, where there seemed to be people seem to be talking to you in a not terribly friendly fashion. Did they get inside your head?
I actually found it quite humorous because, I mean, obviously the guys were a bit pumped up, I think, with the thinking that I'd nicked the ball. I guess it is a bit funny when guys get a bit emotional when there's no real need to. So I think I found it a bit funny at the time. But it's part of the game, and fortunately, it just hung in there long enough.
So nothing. Michael Clark was in here just now talking about the line and what should not be crossed. The line, was it crossed with you at all, verbally?
Well, it's not for me to say. Obviously, the umpires are the guys who make the call. But that kind of thing, is, as you leave it in the umpire's hands. End of the day, I found it a bit funny and just enjoyed the moment, really, because it was quite a nice patch of play, I think, for cricket.
Another thing there's been a lot of talk about is the pitch in this game. It didn't deteriorate much, and maybe teams feel a bit cheated out of what they were expecting at the Gabba. What did you make of it?
Yeah, as Graham said, I think we kind of anticipated maybe something a bit quicker and maybe a bit more bowler-friendly. But the wicket seemed to flatten out quite nicely, and I think certainly I enjoyed that, and a few other guys in the team enjoyed that. But at the end of the day, whatever surface we get dished up, we try and apply ourselves as best as possible. So when we go to Adelaide, we'll try and assess what kind of conditions we're going to have then, and hopefully adapt accordingly.
Hashim, how do you rate your own bowling, I suppose, and do you expect to do much more in the...
Yeah, I was a bit upset with Graham when he took me off. To be honest, I put some work in the nets. I always say I studied the book for the exam, so I was just about writing it, getting into a rhythm. But Graham thought he'll rest me for next game, maybe.
Hello. They're saying you're the best batsman in the world now, but observing Michael Clark now, he's perhaps tapping you on the shoulder for that title. Can you describe what you thought how Michael Clark batted and just your assessment?
It was a fantastic knock by him. I have said before, I'm definitely nowhere close to being the best batter in the world. Certainly Michael's probably up there and quite a few other legends of the game. But he was a fantastic knock by him, as I said, and as Graham alluded to, he played positively and put our bowlers under pressure. A couple of things, we could have done a bit better, but all credit to him, he was a top knock.
Hashim, with the last couple of series all being about battle of pace, how would you rate this Australian attack compared to the other attacks you faced this year, the England one, etc.?
Yeah, it's a good attack. Obviously, home conditions and everything. I think they've done well, as an attack in a few games before this. But in world cricket these days, you've got some decent attacks, and unfortunately, I think we, South Africa, have, my opinion is we have the best attack. In Australia and England are also up there. It was a good challenge for everybody. And as the wicket deteriorated a little bit, it kind of proved, you needed a bit of metal at the end there just to see the game through.
Hashim, are you still kicking yourself that you didn't refer your LBW in your first innings?
Well, yeah, I could have referred it, I guess. But, I suppose I'd take a no ball, getting bowled for no ball the next innings. So maybe in some way it kind of all works out. But yeah, I could have referred it, but... those things don't really matter too much at the end of the day.
Hashim Amla de Villiers, since he became the Test wicketkeeper, he's batting, whether that's the reason or not, but he's just getting starts and not kicking on. But today in the second innings, a different kind of effort was required, and batted for more than 2 hours for that 29 not out. Do you hope that he's maybe turned a corner now?
Well, I don't think any of us doubted that AB would be able to do both, keeping and maintaining his high standard. Everybody goes through certain patches where they get starts and don't quite go through. I think he kind of maybe went through a short patch like that, but I have full belief that AB's, he's such an awesome player, and when he gets starts, usually he carries on. But there was just a short patch, and hopefully in the games to come, and hopefully in the years to come, if he still decides to be keeper, that he'll maintain both kind of standards. We all know AB to be such an immensely talented person, and he's somebody who usually rises to the occasion, as he did today with the bat. So I believe he will come good.